Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Yet another series that was supposed to come to Cartoon Network in 2024 has been delayed. I feel like this is a video we make every single year regarding shows that are coming to Cartoon Network. We made it twice over the past 2 years with the Yano Child of Wonder. We made it a few years back with the Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivanhoe. We made it as well for Unicorn Warriors Eternal. And the latest culprit, or the latest casualty, I guess I should say, with this issue is the new Totally Spies. Totally Spies Season 7 was supposed to premiere sometime this year on Cartoon Network, being 2024, and it's been announced on October 21st of this year. Cartoon Network tweeted on their Twitter saying that the series will be premiering sometime in 2025. They attached a trailer to it as well that shows off the series, and real quick side note about that trailer, I'm really not loving the new animation style for that show. It just looks cheap to me. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but nevertheless, yeah, the series isn't coming now again until 2025. I've seen some places reporting that it's going to premiere in January of 2025, although I haven't seen that said officially by Cartoon Network, so I don't exactly know where that information is coming from, but a few different articles are reporting that, so take that with a grain of salt. The interesting thing about this show, real quick before we get into the whole delay and everything else, the interesting thing about this is it's coming in 2025 to Cartoon Network here in the US, but apparently Cartoon Network in the UK is premiering the show on November 4th, so I don't really know what the whole delay is for, why it's going to take potentially an extra 2 months for it to air here in the US when it's airing in the UK, meaning that the English dub is done for it, because I know that series is produced by a French studio, so presumably the English dub needed to be worked on first. And yeah, it's coming to the UK in November, but it's not coming to the US until potentially January, or if not later than that. And this is a similar situation we saw with the Total Drama Island revival. If you guys recall, the Total Drama Island revival premiered last year in other parts of the world. Season 2 premiered in the early parts of this year, and here in the US we only got the first season, which wrapped up about a month and a half ago maybe, and Season 2 has absolutely no release window or time frame that we've been given as to when it could possibly be coming, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. But yet again, the same situation here is happening with Totally Spies. I just don't know what it is about Cartoon Network here in the US that for whatever reason, this is not the first time that a show's premiering in the US well after it premieres in other parts of the world on Cartoon Network. Like, you guys remember back in 2016, the Ben 10 reboot aired in the UK and it didn't premiere here until 2017. And just in general, you know, this is such a bad thing to be happening. And I said this in my video with Total Drama Island, and the same thing for Ben 10. I could give you a personal story with Ben 10 actually in a minute. This is such a bad thing to be happening because what essentially happens at that point is when you have a series premiere months in advance on your, you know, sister channels or your international versions of your channel throughout the world, like with Cartoon Network in the UK, they're airing this in November. Well, people who are huge fans of Totally Spies or whatever series it may be aren't going to wait until January to watch the show. They're just going to watch it illegally online because, of course, people are going to inevitably upload the episodes. They'll watch it online. The creators aren't going to get any benefit from that. So in the end, you're hurting the creators, not the people who are watching this series. It's more so Cartoon Network I'm blaming here, because I understand if you're a huge fan of a property, you're going to watch it as soon as you can. I can't fault you there. I could fault Cartoon Network, though, for whatever reason, holding it back for 2 months arbitrarily, it seems. If you're a huge fan of Total Drama Island, the reboot revival that came out, it came out last year across parts of the world. You're going to watch it last year, meaning that you're not going to watch it when it comes out on Cartoon Network and when it premieres the next day on Max, which means the ratings are going to get hurt here in the US, which then means that the show most likely isn't going to get picked up again because people aren't watching it. Cartoon Network's going to be like, oh, people don't want to see the new Total Drama Island. People don't want to see the new Totally Spies. And it's like, no, people want to see these shows, but you guys, for whatever reason, are just holding them back here in the US. You guys are holding them back in favor of airing them in other parts of the world months, if not years in advance. The same thing happened with Ben 10 in 2016. I said a little personal story. I obviously, as you all know, watching this channel, am a huge Ben 10 fan. When the Ben 10 reboot came out in 2016, there was absolutely no indication of when it would be coming out here in the US. I was not going to be waiting to see it. I went online, I watched the episodes on a website, and I saw the entirety of the first season before the series even premiered a single episode here in the US, meaning that I didn't watch it when it was on Cartoon Network airing live episodes, which again hurts the show. It hurts it for the network's ratings. It hurts the creators in turn, because then Cartoon Network's going to think people just aren't interested. And it's like, no, people are interested. It's just that for some reason you guys are just holding it back, which again is a really bad thing to be seeing. The other thing as well I wanted to talk about really quickly before we sign off, this is yet another delay for 2024. Again, Yano Child of Wonder was supposed to come out in 2023, gets delayed to 2024, delayed to 2025 then. Totally Spies, same thing happens, delayed to 2025. It's like, okay, if we look at Cartoon Network this year, what premiered on the channel? The only thing that premiered on the channel outside of some preschool shows, which I'm not going to count honestly, is the Total Drama Island revival, the first season of this revival, which again premiered a year ago in other parts of the world. Other than that, nothing new premiered on Cartoon Network. Yes, I know Invincible Fight Girl is premiering on November 2nd, I believe, or November 4th, somewhere around there on Adult Swim. That is a Cartoon Network original series that is being produced by Cartoon Network Studios, but it's not actually premiering on the channel. So again, you look at the channel of Cartoon Network, you look at that block of time where Cartoon Network is actually airing on its own channel, and the only new thing we got this year is the Total Drama Island revival, and that's it. And it's like, if you look at Cartoon Network over the past half decade or so, basically this is what we're seeing every year. We're seeing every year that you're lucky to get one new series air on the channel, and that's pretty much it. Like last year, I believe it was the Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivanhoe that premiered. I think it was on November 11th, somewhere around there last year. Don't quote me on that date though. Then the year before that, in 2022, I believe on January 1st, we got We Baby Bears, and then got nothing until Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivanhoe premiered in November of last year. So that was a whole year and 11 months before we got another series. I don't remember what 2021 was. That was too far back for me to remember off the top of my head. But my point is like every single year, we're basically getting one brand new series on Cartoon Network. And that is such a bad thing for the channel, because number one, your level of output in general is not good for Cartoon Network shows. If you look at what's on the channel now, they have less than 5 shows airing new episodes. That's not a good thing. You need more variety. You need more series on the channel. And the fact that you're basically outputting one brand new show a year is so bad for your brand. And yes, I know that I mentioned Invincible Fight Girl, that was supposed to be on Cartoon Network. Batman Cape Crusader was supposed to be on Cartoon Network. My Adventures with Superman was supposed to be on Cartoon Network. Unicorn Wars Eternal was supposed to be on Cartoon Network. That's 4 series right there that would have helped bolster their lineup. But the fact of the matter is, those series were meant for Cartoon Network. They were moved to Adult Swim. That helps Adult Swim, but that really hurts Cartoon Network and just shows that they don't really have a plan for it and don't really care what happens to it. We'll see next year. At least as of right now, we have 2 series that are supposed to premiere on Cartoon Network. We have a Yano Child of Wonder and Totally Spies. That is if a delay doesn't happen again for those shows, which I don't think they will. And we'll talk about Yano Child of Wonder in another video because there was an update with that series. But yeah, it's just another year with only one new show airing on Cartoon Network. And I don't know how long they can sustain this. I hope at a given point we actually do see that, hey, we're getting 2, 3, 4 shows a year on Cartoon Network, because that's what we used to get back in the day. At one point, I think it was 2008, I did this in a video a few months ago where we took a look at some random years and saw how many shows they premiered on the channel that year. I believe 2008, don't quote me on this number because again, it's been a few months, but I believe they had like 8 brand new series that were made in-house and acquired by, you know, other studios making it air on the channel. And look at today, past 3 years, we had 3 shows total, 1 per year. That's not even matching what we had in 2008, which is absolutely absurd to be seeing. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about the fact that Totally Spies has now been delayed to 2025? And what do you think about the output of shows we've been seeing for Cartoon Network, getting 1 show a year, basically every year for the past 3+ years? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.